Thanks so much for joining me for this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. Winter holiday season. We're past Thanksgiving. Hanukkah has its first candle in just a few days, and that means gifts. It means a little food too, uh, mostly latkes as a side to some other more substantive uh, entree. But for me, it is gifts. That's where the effort goes. And it can be quite an effort. Interestingly enough, I typically start in the summer or fall, though in a very informal way. I will travel on vacation, and as I look around at what is unique to the place I am visiting, I will very often find a trinket of some type or um, a piece of clothing with logo that I would not be able to duplicate back home. It registers in my mind. Gee, wouldn't that onyx uh, charm go nicely on a chain for my wife or daughter? And I'll get it, stick it in a drawer, and leave it there until Hanukkah. Growing up, we picked one gift, but my wife's family had a much more suitable system to which I quickly adapted. It was her family's practice to give each person a nominal gift, one for each night, at least for the people who lived in the household. And for people who didn't live in the household, then one gift. So when I first married into the family, I was living a bit distant from everybody else. I had a brother, I had a sister, and I had a father who all got one gift. I must say, I liked wandering around Cambridge or downtown Boston to see what was just right. I also had to come up with presents for my wife, 8 of them. But the area around Harvard and MIT had lots of small places with inexpensive thingamabobs that can be put in wrapping paper. We had strict spending limits. After a few years, we moved to our permanent home. And a few years beyond that, added children. Geography, relations, and mortality have shifted the shopping list a bit. Now I have 8 to get my wife, 4 to get each child, with my wife getting the other 4, and 4 for my daughter in law. I still begin whenever something catches my eye, as it did while I was traveling this summer. However, this year the situation was a little different. The children were all joining us for Thanksgiving. That means if I got each of them 4 gifts, wrapped it, and gave it to them to take home, I would not have to ship it to where they live, which was a pretty good deal. And since I had gotten some of the presents that could not be duplicated from local stores while traveling, it was that many fewer to get. Thanksgiving came and went. They each took their 4 gifts with them, and that leaves me with the 8 for my wife. Now, over the years, I have categories. She has a fondness for cats, so 2 items reflect cats, and they can come in different sources. She likes nice things to eat. The advantage of edibles is that they're plentiful and inexpensive. What I have found with edibles, though, over the years, this year more than any, is that the seasonal specialty items no longer carry certifications from a kosher agency. Perhaps it is too expensive. Perhaps the niche companies that make these products every winter are making a statement. The boxes contain multiple languages. If there is Arabic among them, I can be pretty sure that a mark from a rabbi will not be on that package. So the edibles got a little bit harder. There is clothing. There is things to look nice, whether they be cosmetics or toiletries or various things to look nice. And eventually it totals 8. But I must say it's been a little bit more of a struggle this year with just a few days to go before everything needs to be wrapped. Despite its stresses, I kind of like doing it. It makes me creative. It makes me think about what is the other person, what is the recipient like, what pleases them. So I'm no longer thinking about me. I'm thinking about what makes them unique. And that alone makes the project worthwhile. Thanks so much for sharing this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind.